Hi, Victoria. How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you. Nice
Nice
to see
to
you.
meet you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself really quick before we get into the interview?
So my name is Victoria. I was born in Ukraine, but when I was little, my mom divorced my father, and we moved to Spain. So I grew up in Spain, uh, and when I was 19, I moved by myself to United States to study. And I loved United States since I was very small. Since I first saw Home Alone, I fell in love with United States.
I
Uh,
love that movie.
movie.
Where did you go to school?
Here in the United States, first I went to Community College of Philadelphia,
Uh-huh.
and now I'm working, and I'm also studying at Harvard University. I'm studying for project manager, and due to COVID and quarantine, we do classes online,
Mhm.
and it's very exciting because we are connected with people from all the states at the same time, and it's actually very nice and exciting.
Wow, that's awesome that it's like still like engaging for you even though it's online and you
Yes.
found like new ways to enjoy it. All right, so I'm just gonna get into asking you a few more questions. When did you start your modeling career and how did you get into it and what kind of inspired you?
So when I was very little, I did runway shows in my own home, like when I was 4 years old or 5 years old, after watching Claudia, Schiffer, and Naomi Campbell. They were my main inspirations. And I started modeling like from very little. My mom took me to photo shoots, and I was also one of the girls who was in Miss Ukraine, Little Miss Ukraine, something like. I was
Yeah,
very small, like
like
I
a
don't.
pageant.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was like a beauty pageant. It was the first ever modeling related thing that I did, and I was like 6 years old back then. And my mom always took me to all the pageant available in a small town, because Chernivtsi, it's Ukrainian, very small town, and
Okay.
everything that we have available in there, I did it. And when my mom and I we moved to Spain, I signed to the agency, of course, like for kids, because I was
Yeah.
young, and I was doing like fashion shows, campaigns, photo shoots, and it became like my passion, and now I just can't live without it. And um, I have to pursue like new mountains and climb new mountains and pursue new goals
Yeah.
over time.
Awesome. What was your first actual modeling gig with when you signed with that company? Do you remember?
So the first thing that I did, it was in 2012, like the first serious thing that I did. It was Malaga Fashion Week. It was in Spain. Malaga is the city where I lived. It was Malaga Fashion Week. I did 3 shows in one time, and I was back then 12 or 13.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Were you nervous at all?
Actually, I was very nervous, but I have pictures of that. If you want, I can send it to you if you need
Yeah.
it. I have photos of this fashion week, and yeah, it was 2012, and it was very exciting experience for me, and working with the designers, and they actually did the clothing on me, so it was like very exciting because it was fit on me, like
Yeah.
especially for
Tailored to you. Yeah.
yes. And this was the first like serious thing that I did.
Wow, that sounds really cool. I would be so nervous to do anything like that. So the fact that you did that at 12 is really cool. How has your perception of like the modeling industry changed over time from when you were 12 to now?
So I'm very excited about the current changes that modeling is experiencing, like inclusivity. This is very important thing, I think, for little girls all over the world who are dreaming to become a model, and they consider themselves, or I'm too short, or I have to lose weight. And what I like about the current situation, and that is it's all changing. There are more inclusive fashion show sizes, even like Victoria's Secret finally have like a plus size models division, and I think it's very important for girls to become more like secure in themselves, and um, to pursue their dreams, even if they are not like tall like these supermodels, and different sizes. And this is like the most powerful thing that the modeling is experiencing right now.
Mm-hmm. So kind of like piggybacking off of that, do you feel that the demands placed on women in this industry can be detrimental over time for like your mental health situation? Because I know you're saying it's getting better, but have you experienced any of that yourself?
Sometimes yes, honestly, because I'm 5'6", and when I was younger, I wished all the time, like, oof, if I was taller, like I could do like this shows and that shows, and it will open my career much more. And I was like feeling not too good about myself in this point. But now I see many girls, petite models. They are very inspiring. They are like something new that they inspire me, and I stopped overwhelming about the height, and it made me much more confident in what I do, and um, I'm much more relaxed about it right now than I was before.
Well, that's great to hear. I love that the industry is headed in like a positive direction.
Yes.
Um, what was your dream job when you were a child, and has modeling always been what you've been and what you've like aspired to do, or has this been something that hasn't always been a dream of yours?
Actually, it was always a dream of mine. And I remember even in the first grade when the teacher asked everyone, who you wanna be when you grow up? And I remember I responded, I wanna be a top model. I don't know why. I wanna be top model.
Yeah.
And everybody was, I wanna be a doctor. I wanna be an astronaut. No, I wanna be a top model.
That's awesome. So did you want to be on, did you watch Tyra Banks' show, Top Model, or?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. Not only her show, because in Ukraine we have like the same show, but like in Ukrainian version. I also watched it like every episode, and I'm very inspired by the show also.
Yeah. I used to be obsessed with Tyra Banks' show. Me and my friends would watch all the time. All right, so when you're not modeling or going to school, what would you describe as your perfect day off?
So my perfect day off, it's a travel to some new place for sure.
Yeah.
I love discovering new places, new cities, um, new restaurants, meeting new people, and also I have to confess that I like to sleep. So the perfect day off will be having a lot of sleep, because I usually don't get sleep.
Because you're on the go.
Yes, because
Yeah.
I have my regular job, then I have my studies, then I want to I do modeling too, so it's like a lot of things. And yes, the perfect day off will be lots of sleep and travel somewhere.
I would agree with that. That would be a perfect day off for me as well. What does your dating life look like right now? Are you seeing anyone? And if so, how did that relationship come to be?
In Ukraine, it's very common that girls marry like very young.
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider that I was pressured by the society, but I did marry when I was very young. I was 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And in total, with my boyfriend, my husband, we lived together for 9 years. And then we divorced. I divorced last year.
Okay. Sorry to hear.
And it was a very toxic relationship.
I'm sorry.
And I'm very happy now because it seemed like I had everything back then, because we bought a house.
Yeah.
And we had like our lives solved. Like,
mm-hmm.
I had my job, I had my own house, my car, and like it looks like life solved. But then I realized that I couldn't go anywhere, and I couldn't have friends. I couldn't do anything. And he was very controlling over me, and he was very, very against the modeling.
Oh.
And he didn't let me go to anything. And I went. Besides that, we had a huge argument that I can't do modeling, and I just wasn't happy. I realized I wasn't happy. It was very toxic, and I decided to. One day I woke up and I decided I have to leave this house. I did my suitcases, and I went to my closest friend.
Yeah.
And I stayed there for a while until I met my current boyfriend, and now we live together.
Oh. Well, I'm so happy that you did what was best for you, and that you're finding like your true happiness now, because that's what's most important. All right. So before COVID happened, and life was way more normal than it is now, what was the last concert that you attended?
Concert?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it was an amazing concert. I was invited by MTV, and it was in New York City when they came Madison Beer, Bibi Rexha, and Rita Ora.
I bet that was an awesome concert.
It was an awesome concert, and I was there like in the first row, and I could see like Bibi Rexha, like I don't know, in European it's meters, centimeters, and meters.
Yeah.
So it was like my arm.
Your arm's length, yeah.
It was
wow. And when was that? Was that like right before COVID happened, or?
Actually, if you want the exact date, I can find my ticket. And I can send you, because I don't remember. I'm very bad.
Okay. I was just asking because I remember my last concert was the week before we went into quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like on a high, like I was having like the best time of my life, like socializing, and then it was like no one go near each other, like, and I was just like, wait, what? Like, what's happening? It's just so crazy how that such a drastic difference. All right. Let's see, what else? What does your beauty routine look like or consist of every day? Do you do full hair makeup every day, or do you save that for when you're modeling, or what's your routine?
So I do a lot of skincare. Once a month, I go to my esthetician. What it is called in English? It's not esthetician,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's what I would call it.
A cosmetologist.
Yeah.
I go once a month, and I don't usually wear makeup. Like right now, like I'm working right now. I'm at work, and I don't wear makeup. I only wear makeup when I'm modeling, or maybe some like special occasions.
Yeah.
And my skincare routine, it's regular, like wash your face, use moisturizer, and yeah, it's very very simple. And when I have time, I do like some natural remedies, like masks with olive oil, honey, a little bit of lemon, and that helps. And I also do hair masks, like with natural products. I can do avocado or coconut oil.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's awesome. I think like a lot of people see these photos in the magazine where models are all done up, full hair, full makeup, and I think they forget that like they don't always do all like hair, full hair and makeup. Like sometimes you see them on the street and they're just so natural, like you're so naturally beautiful, and it's just I feel like that part outside of modeling is lost sometimes, is that
Yeah.
you guys are very real people as well.
Yeah, it's very normal, very, very simple. It's a lot of depends on the nutrition. It's what you eat, it's what you get on your face.
That's a good point. That's so true. All right. So I know that you're not living in New York City currently because of the pandemic. But when you were living there, what was your favorite spot to go see or to go spend time at?
Actually, Times Square.
Times Square.
Times Square. I can't even get enough of Times Square.
Yeah, there's just so it's always changing. It's always moving. There's so many people there.
Yes, exactly. And it's amazing. And when I first came to New York, I was like with my mouth open and watching all these huge buildings, like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, yes. And yes, definitely Times Square. I used to go there, have a walk there, run there, and it's good.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really interesting to hear too, because I feel like when you ask people that, sometimes they like to think of some place that like maybe most people wouldn't know about. But I definitely would agree. Like Times Square is you just never see the same thing like the same day in a row. Like it's always changing. Um, Also, so while you were living there, what was your least and favorite thing about living in New York City?
So the least favorite?
Yes.
Hmm. Um, the traffic.
Yeah, I
I
bet.
think it's the traffic.
Mhm.
And I remember myself calling Uber, and Uber comes to me, and I said, I have to be there, I have to be in the casting like in half an hour. And he said, no, it's impossible. We will not get there in half an hour. And I remember running, and I had like huge heels like this. I don't know why it was someday that I didn't bring shoes like with me, any
Yeah,
other shoes. And I remember I was running. I came to the casting like very red and
yeah, out of breath.
was out of breath. And yes, the traffic, because sometimes it's even impossible, even if you get Uber or something, it's gonna be slower than you run.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I just wouldn't even because I don't live in New York City, so Uber just like traffic isn't nearly like that crazy. So Uber is like the best way to get around if you need to go someplace, but I bet foot traffic is like the fastest, easiest way to get places just because it's mayhem. What was your like what do you miss most about living in the city?
I miss the energy.
Mhm.
The energy, because when I come to New York, or every time that I go back, I feel the energy and watching people in a rush, watching people going to work, and it all gets to me, and it makes me want to work more,
Yeah.
to like hustle, to like move myself around, and it is very inspiring. Um, the energy is different. Like, I was in many countries, I was in many states, but the energy that I feel in New York, it's very different from other places.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people, when they describe New York, say that same thing. It's just something about the city
Yes.
that's different. Okay. Um, so while you were living in the city, I'm sure you've seen some crazy things, but what was the craziest thing that you saw while traveling on the subway one day?
In New York,
Hmm.
well, I saw a lot of singers who sing in the subway, like theater stuff, and musicians, and it's actually very interesting, and that you see so many different kind of people in the subway.
Yeah.
You can see a singer, you can see an actor, and it's very nice. It's very nice how the simplest thing unite everyone, and
Yeah.
everyone is in the same place,
Hmm.
um, and it's kind of magical.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it. Like, you just never know who you could see on the subway, and it's just
Yes,
like people from all different walks of life.
yes, of course.
Yeah. All right, so now I know that you said you're living in Philadelphia now, right? So is that where you spent all of your time in quarantine? And like, when did you decide to leave the city for quarantine?
So just when quarantine started, I decided to stay in Philadelphia because I have friends here, and my boyfriend, of course, he's here.
Yeah.
And uh, I decided to stay here, but I'm not always in Philadelphia. Like I said, I have to travel to New York a lot,
Yeah.
and also when I have time, I go to Florida for at least for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
At
Get
least
some
for
more
a couple
weather.
days. Yes, just to recharge,
Yeah.
and at least like three to 4 days, because it's the days that I can do, because I have work, I have studies,
Yeah.
so it's very little time. But yes, I do have to recharge, and my next trip will be to Washington, D.C. It's gonna be on the 25th, I guess. It's like a little road trip. It's nothing special. We're gonna go with my boyfriend and his family.
Oh, nice.
Like
That'll
a
be
little
nice. DC
trip.
is always so fun. There's so much history. I always enjoy going to DC. And it's just nice to have a change of scenery, I'm sure,
Of course.
from time to time. Was there a certain show that you binge watched when you were in quarantine? I know, like, back last March, people were like posting and all this stuff about certain shows they were binge watching, and it was a great time if a TV show had just been released. Was there a certain show that you were obsessing over?
Actually, yes, I have been obsessed for many years with Friends.
Oh, yes, me too.
Oh my gosh, and I don't usually have time to watch shows. And when people tell me, "Oh, are you watching this show or that show?"
Yeah,
Like, no, I'm so sorry. I don't have
I don't have
time.
time for that.
No, but certainly I can find time like for half an hour of Friends. And I watched Friends in at least three languages. I watched them in Ukrainian, I
Hmm.
watched them in Russian, I watched them in Spanish, and in English. And I watched all the seasons. Like, it was four languages.
That's so crazy. That's so interesting, though. Was there like what I'm just in shock. That's so cool. Were the voices different because there was different like actors voicing the characters, right?
Yes, and it was so interesting. And when I saw it in Spanish, actually there is a little part of Spanish in the American friends, and it says, "Oh, el mono se llevó el control remoto otra vez." Like it was very very funny. It was when the monkey um, took the television.
Yes, the remote.
Oh my gosh, like, it was so funny, and watching it in Spanish and comparing it, it was.
Yeah. Wow, that's so cool and that's so unique that you in four different languages. That's definitely something I have not done, but I would like to try someday. um, okay, and then so back to modeling, what is like your dream job that you hope to book one day?
Um, so I always think that it's everything. It's little by little. Like I try to not to put like goals in 10 years, like or in 5 years. I do everything that I can do now. When I wake up, I do everything that I can do today to pursue my goal.
Yeah.
I take very little steps, but I do work on myself every single day. I try to improve mentally, physically, every time, and set myself small goals that I'm achieving little by little. But it will be incredibly honoring for me to walk a fashion show of in Fashion Week
Yeah.
here in the United States, as I did in Spain. It will be very honoring for me, and also being interviewing with you today and being asked to be on the cover of Single magazine. It's a huge milestone for me. Actually, it's like a goal that came true for me. It's my dream came true. So yes, I'm very happy being here and talking to you and being on the cover. It's like for me, it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, well, I love to hear that. Thank you. I've had so much fun interviewing you as well, and I'm so excited to see what the cover looks like. Have you seen any photos from your shoe?
No, not yet. I haven't seen any photo actually,
Yeah.
and I'm so excited.
I'm excited to see how they come out too. I mean, they're obviously going to be gorgeous, but it's just so exciting, like the anticipation waiting.
Yes, yes.
Oh, awesome. So kind of I love that you like are so dedicated to working on yourself and growing as a person, because I think that's something that's overlooked a lot. And not a lot of people spend enough time on it. So kind of like going off that, is there a certain direction? I know you said Fashion Week, but where would you like your career to be in 5 years? Are you hoping to like meet that dream to be in Fashion Week in 5 years, or where do you see yourself?
So I see myself as in 5 years doing modeling and doing also movies. Maybe like I was in one movie. Do you know Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
So I was there filming with Keanu Reeves, John Wick 3. I was an extra there, but
So cool.
I was like very very close to him in the movie, and you can definitely see me in the last half an hour of the movie, like, and you can't even be confused that it's me. It's like me from top of my head to my toes, the full screen.
That's awesome. Wow.
So
Go ahead.
And yeah, I was very excited about this. And maybe in 5 years, yes, I feel like I will do like more movies and more modeling campaigns. I would love to do a campaign. I would love to do a campaign with Calvin Klein. I don't know why. Like I always enjoyed that. I always enjoy it.
I always like their campaigns too. They're always like they always keep you on your toes. That's awesome. That's so cool that you like want to move into the movie side of things. And I'll definitely be interested to like watching you and seeing where you go. And I'm just so excited to see what you do in the next few years.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Well, so nice to meet you today. And thank you so much for taking the time to interview with me.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you too.
It was so nice to meet you. Have a great day.